Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of RevHang. I'm Nathan, and alongside me, as always, is my good friend and co-host, Ben Bagley. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing pretty good. I got some decent work on the Corvette done, and I ground out a bunch of stumps this weekend, so I'm feeling pretty productive. And we are also pretty productive with this script. What a segue. We're talking about some automotive news. We're talking about dads. We're talking about IndyCar race. We're talking about the Suzuka race, which is pretty contentious, but for all the wrong reasons, as many of these 2026 F1 races have been. And I've still got some project car updates, as well as our little topic breakout and cool cars that we saw this week.
Yes, all the things to talk about.
Yes.
Thank you for your support on the last episode. For all of you who watched, we got a ton of views. A ton of views, meaning over 100.
1/7 the population of Monroe.
What?
14% of the town of Monroe watched our last video, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Just think, 14 out of every 100 people you would have met in Monroe would have watched our video.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. So thank you, Monroe, for what's realistically probably 0 viewers.
Yeah.
Maybe one if one of us knows them. But regardless, yes, this is another episode. We are doing more things, talking about cars and stuff and racing and things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move into talking about cars and stuff. With some automotive news. Not a ton of news, unless Ben has something that I'm unaware of. But auto inventory, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, being high, has now plummeted. And market prices have risen by an average of, I think it was $750 in the last month for what I would consider to be fairly obvious reasons. Things we will not go into in this show.
Yeah. We'll just say the DDR5 chip shortage for now.
That's what we'll say.
Yeah. Which is a factor.
Is a factor. Yes.
One of the factors.
One of the factors.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I remember for a while when it was the opposite, especially with like the Stellantis vehicles, they were selling like the Jeep Wranglers. You're getting like a $50,000 MSRP Jeep Wrangler for like $30,000 because they just had too many of them. They're offering crazy sales. That would have been a great time to buy, well, maybe not a Chrysler or Stellantis product, but
yeah.
If there is another car brand that was a little bit more reliable, then would have been a great time. But we're a little past that now. Diesel's $6 a gallon, and I'm driving a plug-in hybrid to work every day because that saves me literal hundreds of dollars a month.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
It's crazy.
Yeah. No,
and my truck gets decent fuel economy.
Yeah. I'm also filling up twice a week now, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
So rising gas prices affect car lovers around the world and normal people who drive cars, which is most people.
Yeah.
Well,
Hypermiling can
really
be a fun skill
United
too.
States, but
Yeah.
most people don't drive cars actually.
Yeah. It's like iPhone users.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, everyone uses iPhones.
In
but
the US.
It's actually just in the US.
Yeah.
We're cultured though, so we know differently.
And we just lost any viewership that we had. In other news, not really car news, but it is in the car world. Fernando Alonso became a father this week, right before the Japanese Grand Prix, I believe on Thursday or Friday. His partner had his child, so.
I didn't even realize he had a partner or anything like that.
Yes. He now is the father to Fernando Alonso Jr.
What is he actually?
Yes.
That's actually so on brand.
We're going to see Fernando Alonso racing rookie Fernando Alonso.
I don't know. I feel like after this experience, Fernando Alonso is going to be like, dude, just like become a doctor or something.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't drive any Honda. Any Honda manufacturer, don't do it.
When you're in your 20s, Honda will ask you to race for them. And it's extremely important that you say absolutely not.
Absolutely never. Yeah. So congratulations to Fernando Alonso and Fernando Alonso Jr.
Yeah. And congratulations to, I got to bring up the article so I can have the actual numbers, to the automotive industry in general. I read an article on Car and Driver earlier this week about how gray cars are kind of disappearing.
Ben,
I don't know if we have
conflicting views on this. I can already
tell. Do you
tell.
like gray cars? Are you a gray car truther?
I'm with you most of the time.
You like gray cars.
Honda's Urban Gray is such a gorgeous gray color.
Okay, yeah. There are some good gray colors. Mazda's another good gray color.
Mazda has a great gray color. Their older one, like the ones you see on those like late 2000s Mazda 3s. Whew.
And the one that came on like the 2018 Mazda 6 in particular was kind of the same vein as like that soul red metallic.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. But
most gray colors, I will side with you. The lighter the gray, the worse it is.
Yep, especially that like matte gray putty color is but according to this,
every Kia,
yeah, and Audi. But according to this study or survey that Car and Driver did or is citing, apparently there has been in the past a trend towards gray cars with an increasing trend of gray and monochromatic colors, but
millennial gray
this year was the first year that trend has actually dipped 2%.
Nice.
So progress. There's a chance for all of us.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. They point out that it might be partially due to the rise of electrification. As cars become more and more monotonous design-wise, manufacturers might be looking for different ways to differentiate their car designs, like colors, which I'm okay with.
Yeah. No, that's good. I don't have a ton of color options in the cars that I'm currently shopping for. Urban Gray is definitely up there with my favorites. Looking at the Acura Integras.
Does the Integra come in that blue color that Integra does? But I think the blue color would be cool.
I 100% agree. The blue color is the best color for the Integra.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. Because they color match the front grille. And it looks like a toy now.
Bring it over to my house and we'll spray paint the grille black.
They offer an option black grille, and I'm really considering spending an extra, $500.
There you go. Problem solved. They're offering you a solution to a problem they created.
But look at how stupid.
Why is your screen so dim?
Because I was at work and it was dark. But look how dumb that looks. The blue.
That reminds me of the ZDX that was supposed to come out.
The blue and the red are the only ones with color matched grills. Every other color has a black grill. That's so weird.
I wonder why. Did the old Integras have that? Is that like a design callback?
It's 2026, brand new for this year. You mean like the old
Yeah,
Integras.
like the Teggies.
I don't know.
Interesting. Because I don't know if they did. I feel like they didn't.
I don't know.
I feel like they really didn't have grills back then, the old Integras.
No, they just had intakes.
Yeah. So, weird.
Yes. So, gray car is disappearing, Ben.
That's good stuff. I like it.
We approve.
As the driver of a black truck and a silver car and a silver car.
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every car that I had that was silver with black on the bottom, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot.
It's weird.
But it's weird that I have 2, and it's a Honda Clarity and a 1981 Corvette.
Yeah. Those are 2 very different cars.
They really are.
They really are.
About the same amount of horsepower.
Yeah. Accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
I would wager that the Clarity might even be quicker in a straight line.
Hey, the cats are off the Corvette, so
okay.
It's up around that 220, I bet.
There you go. All right, Ben, what else you got for us?
And this is from Autocar, but it has been somewhat confirmed that the Celica will be coming back, labeled by Toyota as the Celica Sport. Let me bring up this article on my phone. Allegedly, it won't be coming with the rumored 1.6 from the GR Corolla. It'll be coming with a newer turbocharged 2-liter in order to meet emission standards that are coming up, because I think they're saying they wanted to sell this in Europe also. And that 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder might be coming to the Yaris and the Corolla because of, again, emissions changes. It's supposed to feature all-wheel drive and a hybrid powertrain, kind of on brand for Toyota at this point.
So it's going to be expensive.
It will be expensive, yeah, but
very expensive.
I can't remember if I think it's the president, Akito Toyota, was saying he wanted to reunite the trio of the Supra, the MR2, and the Celica underneath the Toyota umbrella at one point.
Ooh, MR2.
So we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, the MR2 seems unlikely.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Unless there's significant involvement from another manufacturer who also wants to build whatever Toyota views as the next MR2 incarnation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's kind of cool. I always like having more options for sports cars, even if Sometimes they're more expensive because I'm not buying new cars anyways. I'm gonna buy it used in, well, who knows when.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's at least an option.
Yeah. Man, it's gonna be way more expensive than my budget, but if
Yeah.
it was in my budget and they released it like right after I bought an Integra, I'd be pretty upset because I have highly considered multiple times in my life buying a Celica. They
Yeah.
look so good,
And they're cheap.
and they're so cheap, and they run forever.
Yeah, but I'm actually kind of excited about this. I'm more excited about this than I am for the Prelude, mainly because
Oh yeah,
Toyota's and Honda's hybrid philosophies are so different. You know, the Prelude is the series hybrid, so the gas motor is pretty much just a generator for the electric motors, so that's where your horsepower is coming from.
Yep.
Toyota, they're coming out with, a new turbocharged 2-liter, and they mainly do parallel hybrids, so the electric motor kind of helps out and blends in with the gas motor, so you get a lot more performance, I think, out of the gas motor. So I think it'll definitely be a lot faster, so I think it'll be more engaging. And I mean, the Toyota Corolla GR has been a hit.
You said it's all-wheel drive, right?
Yep.
Just like the GR Corolla. Yeah.
Yep.
The GR Corolla is that's quite the car. Yeah.
Yeah, so I could see this
Sweet.
being like maybe a more grown-up target audience than the GR Corolla. Maybe the GR Corolla is for the kids.
I mean,
Kids who can afford a $37,000 hot hatch, and the Celica Sport will be more for the man who could buy a BMW, or he could buy Toyota's newest all-wheel drive hybrid sports car. Then you step up from there to like the MR2 or the Supra. So
yeah, I've always thought that the GR Corolla was, unfortunately, for its own good, priced too high.
Oh yeah,
because for what you can buy a new GR Corolla for, you can buy a very lightly used Supra.
Yeah, and that's a very hard. I mean, granted, there are two very different philosophies in sports cars, but even the four-cylinder.
Anyone
Supra,
buying a Corolla GR Corolla is probably gonna want to buy a Supra if they can.
they are pretty cool, unless you have kids or friends, I guess.
Fair, but the GR Corolla is like also one of the stiffest suspension. it's so stiff.
Not necessarily a daily driver.
It's not gonna be a daily or a family car. Likely, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna get. There's other options, I think, unfortunately, for that price that you can get over the GR Corolla.
That is very true.
That car is so cool. It needs to be $10,000 cheaper, which I know it can't be because of all the tech in it. But
yeah, because at that price, you're competing with used BMW 235 MIs, or M235s.
Yeah, you could probably get a 235i and M235i for how many miles?
Let's see. Let's choose one
I was
that's
gonna say
a little
one
newer.
with 20,000 miles is gonna cost the same as a new GR Corolla.
2020. Let's see. This one's on Carvana.
That's gonna be a bad price too, so you can probably knock a couple thousand off.
Yeah, 28,990 for an M240i coupe with 75,000 miles, which
yeah, you can probably get one with 30,000 for the same
lot lower
price
miles,
as,
and that's a sports car right there.
That's a car, yeah.
So
is that still coming a manual?
Probably not.
Probably not anymore.
Yeah, probably not. So I mean, that is one thing that the GR Corolla has over a lot of vehicles now. But even like that's getting close to like Mustang GT manual territory.
Oh yeah, I mean the GT's what, 45, 50?
45, 50. Yeah,
it's probably 50 now. A couple years, like a year or two ago, it was 45, and that's. I mean the GR Corolla for the like premium trim is like 55 now.
And if there's markup, which there always is on these
all
Toyotas,
on the GR
there's even
Corolla.
markup. There's markups on every Toyota now. There's markups on the RAV4 hybrid or the RAV4 plug-in hybrids. Remember that?
Wild.
Yeah,
that's crazy. All the cool cars that are relatively affordable have
and
markup.
I bet the Celica is gonna have markup too.
That's why I'm excited to buy my Integra, because Integras
under the radar,
not marked up. They're very under the radar, very cool looking. I don't understand why they're not more popular.
Because the Civic Type R exists.
Civic Type R does exist, and for $3,000 more, you could have an Integra Type S, which has active damping. Which I don't know if the Civic Type R does. I know the SI does not.
I don't know if it does. Well, I don't know.
But regardless, Civic Si, you can get for very. It's gonna be marked up quite a bit because it's a Civic Si.
Yeah.
Or for a couple $1,000s more than it's gonna be marked up to, you can get an Acura Integra A-Spec with technology, top trim, great sound system.
And I think they
all
look
the
cooler.
things, and they look so much better.
This latest generation of Civic is kind of boring, honestly.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say ugly. It's handsome, but understated. I kind
The
of
front,
like...
I like the front. The back,
Yeah.
I hate. I hate the back. I hate the back of the Civics. I'm sorry. As a previous generation Civic owner, they ruined it.
The previous gen Civics were just cool.
Look what they did to
they're
my
so
boy.
out there.
I had a 2017 Civic Si, and I never should have gotten rid of it. But we've talked about this.
That's a horse that we've beaten many times. Anyways,
Yes.
speaking of beating dead horses, should we talk about the race with lots of dolls and spiders and things?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Moving into IndyCar, the Grand Prix of Alabama, the Children's of Alabama Grand Prix of
Mhm.
Alabama.
The one with the spider.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't?
I'm sorry. I need to know. But while you're doing that, Alex Palou was on pole position for the qualifying, followed by Malukas and Ray Hall. It's a good quali. Oh, yeah.
You know, the spider.
The spider, the big spider. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff at that place.
Yeah, it's the race where last year, the year before, they had the
doll.
The doll almost fall onto the track. Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. Moving into the race, Palou led the whole thing. Lundgaard did make a last-minute charge, but was held back by a classic McLaren bad pit stop. When I say classic, I mean they don't usually have bad pit stops, but
They're trying something new.
they're trying to do Andretti things, and it worked.
It worked really well.
Yeah.
That was heart-dropping to watch that.
It was so
Like,
sad.
I literally felt my heart drop. I was like, no.
No, he was doing so
He had
well.
a chance.
Yeah. But he ended up with a bad pit stop. Still made his way back to P2. Graham Rahal managed to defend his spot on the podium from a fast-charging David Malukas. So Graham Rahal gets his first podium in
Years.
And the first time actually being on the podium in even more years, because the last two podiums he was on were, one was the Indy 500 and one was another race. I forget which one, but those races only celebrated the winners and not the rest of the podium. So it's his first time standing on a podium, and I don't remember what they said, but I think at least 15 years.
He scrapped for that one, too. He
Yeah.
was clinging on towards the end there. So
was
that was
pretty
cool
wild.
to see. And he
Yeah.
qualified really well, too. So
He did. Yeah,
he just had a great weekend
he's
overall.
actually had a pretty good season so far.
Yeah.
Um,
The Graham Rahal,
comeback.
yeah, the Graham Rahal comeback.
Graham Rahal, 2026 IndyCar
It's
champion.
all Rahal?
confirmed.
How? How's he done this?
Yeah. So good stuff from him. The top 10 to finish the race were Palou, Lundgaard, Rahal, Malukas, Kirkwood, Armstrong, Dixon, Ferrucci, Ericsson, and Newgarden. So Palou is back to doing Palou things, just winning races by a country mile because he can. And yeah, Kyle Kirkwood, P5, is still very consistent this year, still leading the championship as a result of that consistency and a Palou DNF.
Yep.
So good stuff from Kirkwood.
I'm excited to
Pulling
see a
for
good
him.
fight this year.
Yeah, well, it'll last another couple races in the
Hopefully.
middle.
Yeah. I'm hoping Lundgaard
Well,
can kind of jump in there, too. It'd be kind of nice to have that three-way fight between him, Lundgaard, and Kirkwood.
All of them are doing very well so far. If Kirkwood can do Kirkwood things in Long Beach, which he tends to,
Mm-hmm.
he usually fights Grosjean and comes out on top.
And if Andretti can pull it together,
Yeah,
please pull it together.
please, Andretti. Don't do Andretti things. But yeah, I think if he wins in Long Beach and Palou finishes maybe off the podium, I think then we're going to have an extended fight for the championship.
I
But
don't
we'll
want
see.
it to be over by Portland, essentially.
Yeah. You don't want to see Alex Palou doing donuts right in front of you again?
I mean, it's kind of a tradition at this point, but no, not really.
We should go to Portland together, Ben.
I agree.
That would be fun to do
I'm
this year.
not on the East Coast when it happens. Might be a fun trip.
Yes.
Maybe
I
take a
also
Corvette
might
if
be on
it's
the East
drivable.
Coast when it happens. Is it in September this year? I think it is.
It got pushed back.
If it's IndyCar schedule. Doing this live. Screw it, we'll do it live. Portland is... That's Road America. Grand Prix of Portland. August 9th. That's earlier than I thought.
Okay. Yeah, that is early.
August 23rd, we got the Freedom 250.
I will probably not be here for that, unfortunately.
Oh, in August?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well.
I will be in New Jersey.
Maybe I'll get to go. But I'll be gone in September, so I guess one of us will be gone, one of us will be here. But
what are we going to do for recording?
We'll figure something out.
Figure something out. It's really
That's
more,
also
honestly,
in
it
the middle
might be
of summer break, but
that is
not
true,
when I'm
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
So
Although I could just be in be in here all my own.
Yeah,
I get like a cardboard cutout of you.
yeah, cardboard
And
cutout.
talk to you like you're
gonna
really here.
learn how to edit on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will be an interesting challenge to tackle when that happens.
Surely I will have tried out DaVinci Resolve once by then.
Maybe.
In order to do it.
All right, that rounds off IndyCar for this episode. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah. Breathe, let the racing out, and we'll talk about one thing that annoys me about car culture.
Okay.
One of the things. And that's the old, why don't they just bring X back or do this old thing instead of trying to make a new thing that sucks? Example, like the Hemi V8 in trucks.
Uh-huh.
It was not that reliable a motor, even towards the end of its stay in the Ram trucks.
Uh-huh.
And even the base level Hurricane Inline 6 is objectively better than it in pretty much every way. And people were still so worried about having it back, even though Ram brought it back as a $1,200 option over the standard Inline 6, I believe. It might be the same price, I don't know. But either way, it's an upgrade over one of the motors in the Ram lineup. It makes less power, less torque, worse fuel economy. But so many people, I don't know. It's one of the things that bugs me. Like, we have had great things, and I like to respect the fact that we've had great things and acknowledge them. But it's also okay to move on. We don't need to bring back the Mark IV Supra because we hate the Mark V. The Mark IV Supra is cool. The Mark V Supra is also pretty cool.
Do we hate the Mark V? I like the Mark V.
I remember when it came out, people were like, they should have just done the Mark IV, but, bring back the... But...
Yeah.
Maybe I'm generalizing too much, but I feel like I see that pretty often on the internet of why don't they just bring back X old thing?
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I think a lot of car culture is just running on nostalgia, which I think is where a lot of that comes from. And I think electrification is electrification, let's face it, is not as cool as big, loud engines.
No.
So I think that's also part of it. But I also think that, new technology is making cool cars. Like, I know I'm in the minority here, and I don't think you even agree with me on this. I think the new Nissan Z is pretty cool. I know it's objectively not
I do like
that
how
great.
it's styled, especially the Nismo version. The Nismo version of the Nissan Z actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'd still rather have a Supra.
Yes.
Or a Mustang GT.
Yeah. I am much more of a into muscle cars than I used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate it now, and especially manual. I would never get an automatic Mustang, but I would get a Mustang GT with a manual transmission in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I would get a used one. I will probably own a used one at some point in my life, probably from the early 2010s, because those look so good.
Yeah, the S197s were kind of peak.
Yes.
Plus race car.
Race car.
Nothing like a race car with a live rear axle.
Yeah. So. I'm with you here, Ben. I think people like to harken back to... I think people just like to crap on things, and then they slowly adopt them, and then it's just... That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because most people aren't talking crap about the Supra now when it came out. I remember how many people were hating on Integras when they came out, including me.
That is actually so true, yeah.
I hated the new Integra, and now I'm about to buy one. So...
Yeah. Things can change.
Things do change, yes.
We can be disappointed, but we can also acknowledge the fact that
the Prelude, I don't know if I'll ever come to terms with that one.
But bringing back the old Prelude from 1999 would not be an acceptable replacement either.
No.
Like, they have to go somewhere
Yeah.
with it.
I think they went too far, but that's just me.
Yeah, Honda's definitely softened out in their old age. That's
you know
for
what
sure.
they should bring back, Ben?
I missed the Accord 2-liter turbo.
That's exactly
I missed
where I
the
was going.
Accord
The
V6 coupe.
Accord. I was about to say
America's last great muscle car was the 2013 Honda Accord V6 coupe, built in Ohio, with a higher displacement motor than the standard Accord with 2 doors. That is by definition a true American muscle car.
That's hilarious, Ben, because I was about to say, going against this whole segment, you know what they should bring back? The V6 Accord.
That would actually hit so good.
I would be buying one instead of an Integra.
That is true, yeah.
A V6 Accord.
They were so cool. I actually give a presentation on how the V6 Accord coupe was the last American muscle car in college as one of my speech class presentations. It went over pretty well, actually.
My uncle used to own a V6 Accord. And he had to get something else eventually because he had that car forever. But
they're so cool.
That was a pretty sick car. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really struck me, especially like driving my Corvette with the, the old reliable short or small block Chevy 350. I don't want to bring that motor back.
Yeah.
That thing's a dog. Mm-hmm. It's arguably probably the worst part of the car.
Yes. Well. I think we're mostly in agreement on this. There are some things that they should bring back, but the generalizations where everybody just hates on everything new and says, go back to the old way, I think we can agree that...
as a society, we can move past it, I'm sure.
Move past it. I mean, yeah, there's so many examples. People saying, well, just do the NA Miata again. The new Miatas are so much better in every single way.
My brother in Christ,
and
that's
Miatas
what the
are the
ND
best.
Is.
Yeah, exactly.
They did the NA Miata again.
Yes.
And it's different, and it's still better.
And it's so much better. And then they did the ND2 and made it slightly better, but still the same
Yeah, they
thing.
just keep getting better.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, my roommate has an RF.
I actually, when the RF came out, I was like, man, that it's crazy how like a small change like that can make such a huge difference on a car. I get that it's heavier and that's a little softer because of it.
But this chassis is stiffer, and that makes a big difference.
Not really.
I mean, it's a little bit.
Is it?
A little bit.
Is it? I don't think it is.
Okay. Well.
Because they started with the convertible, so like, I mean, the roof still isn't hard mounted. You just have buttresses instead of the roll hoop.
Okay.
At least that's the way I see it.
All right. Well, you're probably right. I'm not afraid to admit that you know more about cars than I do. But
I also like to talk out of my ass about cars and be really confident about it.
I do too, but I'm not confident about it. So
that's fair. But yeah,
great podcast.
I would totally own an ND Miata in that anniversary orange color.
That's a good one.
That was cool.
Yeah, his is red.
The red's also a classic color. You kind of got to.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of old things that we should bring back instead of having the new thing, the F1 race in Japan.
Bring back the V10s.
Bring back literally anything else. Bring back the cars from last year? ?
I never thought I'd say it, but yes. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh man, it's so crazy that they got the engine so wrong that it ruined the entire sport. The cars are fine. I think it's literally just the engine. The power unit is so bad.
Yeah.
It just ruined everything. Because the cars, you can tell, are lighter. There's less downforce problems in the corner. So
they're smaller.
There's less dirty air. They're smaller. Yeah. They're easier to like follow in the corners. And then you hit the straight and everybody just has nothing.
Or you hit the corner.
Or you hit the corner.
Or you hit
anywhere
out
in
of the
track.
corner.
Anywhere in the track, and you just don't have power, and it's random and causes problems, as we'll talk about. But
for qualifying, by the way, before we start, they did reduce the amount of charging you're allowed, which it alleviates some of the symptoms that we've been seeing of having to super clip on straights in order to recharge more because you've limited the maximum amount of recharging per lap that you can do. It just means slower racing overall. They essentially just slowed the race down. So there's less recharging that has to happen on the straights, which did make for a slightly better qualifying. It's a shame they didn't carry that over to the race. And overall, I mean, it's still an issue. They didn't solve an issue. They just put a Band-Aid over it.
I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they can fix it.
It brings us back to that conspiracy on Reddit that I told you about last time, where Adrian Newey purposely designed a bad car to be in spec for different regulations that he was predicting would happen. after backlash from drivers and teams.
Fernando Alonso, 2026 world champion confirmed.
Coming back right after summer break somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we're still a little out there in the weeds on that one, I think. Then.
I think we're a bit far off. Yeah.
Let's talk about the race, and then we can start ranting about this whole thing.
I'm about tapped out on ranting on this.
Okay.
But you can go ahead. I'm not going to stop you.
Qualifying for the Japanese Grand Prix, Mercedes had an easy 1-2 once again. Verstappen was out in Q2. Antonelli was on pole. Russell P2, Piastri third, Leclerc fourth, and Norris fifth. Moving into the race, both Mercedes dropped like bricks on the start. Antonelli dropping all the way to P6 by turn 2. Piastri took an early lead, followed by Leclerc. Russell then passed Leclerc and chased down Piastri, with Antonelli trailing in P4. A lucky safety car gave only Antonelli a free pit stop, sending him to the front, where he then cruised off into the distance on his Sunday drive, just like Lewis Hamilton used to do.
No.
For an easy win.
Yeah.
Get in there, Kimmy.
Good for him.
Do happen, mate.
Get after it.
Moving into the results of the race, the top 10 were Antonelli, Piastri, Leclerc, Russell, Norris, Hamilton, Gasly, Verstappen, Lawson, and Ocon. All right, so Antonelli is holding the championship lead.
Which is a crazy sentence.
Yes. He maintains his lead in the
Our prediction's going to be really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I did have Mercedes doing pretty well.
I think I had Mercedes winning the championship, yeah.
So maybe there's a chance.
We'll
but individual drivers, I think I'm really going to miss on,
I think
personally.
I predicted Antonelli like 4th or something, so yeah. George Russell absolutely raged his way through that race.
He was so mad.
He was so mad at that safety car that Ollie Behrman caused.
The FIA's angriest race car driver.
Yeah. McLaren, very strong pace this week. I think they have maybe found some sort of footing. It seems like they were a lot closer to Mercedes than even Ferrari this week. So they're looking good. Ferrari, speaking of which, still probably third fastest this week. It's probably going to go back and forth. We're going to have yet another year where Ferrari and McLaren are battling for the spot. Ollie Behrman crashed after getting kind of tangled up with Franco Colapinto. No fault of anybody's, really. Maybe you could argue Colapinto moved a little bit, but it was just the closing speed, really.
Yeah,
there's not much you can do.
Speed delta. The race actually has a really good video on that. It's like 10 minutes long.
Nice.
But they kind of go over like what caused that to happen, how it's all the new regulations' fault.
Yep, and everyone knew that the second it happened.
Yeah.
These
up to the FIA to decide what happens now.
Yeah. Drivers have been predicting this since before the season started, before testing even started, and here we go, a 50G crash where Behrman got out of his car and had to limp off the track with help because the regulations suck.
Essentially, Colapinto went into harvest mode as Behrman got the overtake mode, and it resulted in like a 50 kilometer per hour difference in closing speed.
That's insane.
Or 50 kilometer per hour difference between them as Behrman closed really rapidly. And it just, Yeah, and there's really unfortunate positioning from Colapinto coupled with massive speed from Behrman. And
you got to think about from Colapinto's point of view, he's full throttle. It's not like he's just
he's not purposely slowing down on the straight. Yeah, that's just kind of where he was.
He's probably not expecting Behrman to be closing in at 50 kilometers an hour.
And I think Behrman didn't expect somebody on the straight to be going that slowly either.
I mean, it happened to George Russell several times in the same spot on the track. He lost a position to Leclerc and lost like 2 seconds to him because of it. Mm-hmm. It's just ridiculous, the new regulations. I don't know. I do think in some ways it's more entertaining, but also it completely takes the purity out of the sport. And it takes all of the, I think, ingenuity out of it because it's all about battery management now. Sure, you can say that Mercedes has developed the best car. That's clear. But it's really just a battery management championship now, and it's not I mean, if you're not driving at the limit, if you're intentionally not driving at the limit of the car because that's the fastest way around the track, I don't think that's Formula One anymore.
Yeah. It's weird. Needless
Yeah.
to say, it will be very entertaining, at least, to see what teams in the FIA do to problem solve their way around this, because they kind of dug their grave for the next couple of years.
Yeah, we don't have new engine regs until 2028. So, and even then, they're not planning on changing a ton from what I've heard, but I think they're going to have to.
Yeah, things are
And
already
they have
kind
to
of set
announce
in
it.
stone.
They have to announce it soon.
Yeah, because teams have been developing these 2028 engines for the past couple of years now, probably.
Yeah, they still have time to make some changes, but they have to do it like now.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would rather have 700 horsepower Formula One cars that are slower by 10 to 12 seconds a lap than have this.
Because they're technically already making them slower per lap on a case-by-case basis to alleviate the issues they're having right now. So
Exactly. I would rather have a
the only
naturally
difference would be,
aspirated 700 horsepower.
authentic racing.
Yes. Is it slower? Sure. Is it still like 700 horsepower car with downforce? It's still going to be pretty quick. It's still going to race like a Formula car. That's essentially what an F2 car is.
That's essentially what an IndyCar is.
It's essentially what an IndyCar is. But IndyCar now has the battery, the hybrids. They have had that.
Yeah,
for a
but you
while,
don't hear about problems with their implementation.
No, they've actually done it well.
Granted,
and they
their
did it
hybrid-
in the middle of a season too.
Their hybrid power system is much less intrusive and much smaller.
That's the way it should be.
But yeah, it's more like a little extra push to pass
Yeah.
instead of being half and half power split. But
Sophia walked in while I was watching the IndyCar race yesterday, and she's like, "Oh, they have the batteries too." And I was like, "Yep." And she's like, "So, do they have the same problems as F1?" And I'm like, "Nope."
no.
And she's like, "Why is that?" And I'm like, "Because they did it right."
Yeah, because they've been experimenting with hybrid technology in their cars before implementing it for like the past 4 years.
She goes, "Isn't F1 supposed to be like the best?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And
Yeah, but the racing is where IndyCar.
she walked out
F1 is the best
confused.
at spending money.
Yeah, F1, man, IndyCar is just a better series.
It's really, I got bit hard by the IndyCar bug after the last couple of seasons.
It's real good.
It's pretty good.
It's real good. Yeah.
Maybe new cars in 3 years.
Maybe. I don't even care though. We
Yeah.
can stick with these cars forever, and I'm happy.
Pillow has to retire
yeah,
sometime.
Pillow has to retire. That's the big thing right now. We just gotta
Dixon can stay. Pillow's got to go though.
Yeah, exactly. Moving like our last couple things we have to talk about. Cadillac has been absolutely nowhere. The last couple races, this one especially, Bottas just waving people by.
Yeah. At least we're kind of seeing a trend. You know, there's kind of a debate who would be the faster driver between the two drivers.
Perez.
It's Perez
By a lot.
by a lot. It's not
Yeah.
even close.
Yeah.
So
which,
there's that question answered.
unexpected. Yeah. So yeah, Bottas not doing great this year. We'll see what happens. I'm sure Herta is gonna be there next year.
Yeah, we kind of already predicted the Perez Herta
Yeah.
pairing for next year. So
And then in other news, Fernando Alonso, along with becoming a father, has done something more impressive this week. He finished a race.
incredible.
And Aston Martin did every single, well, no, not probably minus 2 laps, but he did finish the race.
Because allegedly they fixed the vibration issues. That did not fix the rest of the car.
I was going to say Lance Stroll still retired halfway through the race.
Everything
so,
is still bad.
Yeah, everything is still definitely bad. But here we are. So, standings in the championship real quick. Antonelli has 72 points, followed by Russell with 63. That's funny, his number.
Oh, yeah, how about
and
that?
Leclerc has 49. That's the top 3. In the constructors, Mercedes is way out ahead at 135, followed by Ferrari at 90 and McLaren at 46.
That's a pretty big point spread so early into the season.
Yeah, Mercedes is kind of killing it.
Yep.
So,
Close enough. Welcome back 2016.
yeah. Does that mean we're going to get a 2 Mercedes crash in Spain?
Oh, man. That would be that'd be terrible. But
It'd be horrible. But
also
Verstappen wins the race. You know, all the things.
can we please get a good driver rivalry? I don't really want the Norris Piastri one again.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think is the next driver rivalry that's gonna be? I mean, if Albon
It's going to be
keeps-
Herta and Pillow for sure. Or Herta and Perez
Perez, yeah.
for sure. Or Albon and Sainz, actually.
Albon and Sainz, but the problem is that Sainz is clearly better.
Yeah.
And he was last year too, even though the points didn't really reflect that. I think Sainz is a better driver than Albon. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, because of who Esteban Ocon is, I could see it being Ocon and Behrman. Because Ocon is rivals with everybody.
But Behrman's he's just a guy.
And he's so much better than Ocon.
Yeah.
And it's his second year. And he'll be in Ferrari when Hamilton retires.
Yeah, and Haas is competent leadership, it seems. So, like...
They are a lot better than they used to be.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're like an actual team.
Like a solid midfield team. Yeah. For real.
Yeah. I think the next big driver round will really be Herta and Perez.
Yeah, I could see that.
For sure. Both scrapping it out for just a little piece of points.
Yeah.
A little sniff of the top 10.
Yeah. Just a quick quiz for you, Ben, because I'm feeling spicy today.
Oh, no.
Who was the last Andretti driver to drive in Formula One?
It was...
Let me say it this way.
Montoya, wasn't it?
No.
No? Okay.
Let me say it this way. Who was the last driver to drive in IndyCar for Andretti Racing and also drive in F1?
Was it Ericsson?
No.
No, it was Grosjean.
Nope. Oh, that was the last one, yeah.
Wait,
you're right.
It's Grosjean.
No, you're right. You're right. Oops.
You thought that would trip me up.
No, you're
but
right.
It hasn't.
No, you got me there. It
Who were
was
you
Grosjean,
going?
and it was Ericsson before that.
Yeah, and Ericsson before that. You were going to say the third.
I was going to say Alex Rossi, but...
Oh, okay. I forgot about Rossi. Whenever I think Rossi,
I think I was thinking the last American driver to drive an F1, which was
okay.
Rossi. So
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I look stupid now. I feel great about that.
It's okay. My first answer was Montoya, so... Maybe too deep of a...
We're going to see Sebastian
far
Montoya in F1 here in a few years, maybe. That'd be cool.
That would be weird. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Did we talk? We didn't talk about Verstappen winning the race by a minute at the Nürburgring.
But then getting
The
DQ'd because he
race.
used too many tires.
Getting DQ'd. Yeah,
Classic.
Unfortunate. We have not talked about that. Verstappen just can't catch a break this year. Man's going to retire from racing.
Sim racing only from now on.
Yeah, exactly. Team Red Line for the win.
Although I think it's just Team Verstappen now.
I think it is Team Verstappen, yeah. He doesn't need a sponsor or anything.
Yeah, he is the sponsor.
He is his own sponsor. All right, let's go into our weekly predictions. Last week, we were in Alabama for IndyCar. Pole position went to Alex Palou. What'd you say, Ben?
I took a shot and thought it could be Power, and that did not pan out.
I said award, and it was not award. Podium was
Very
Palou.
much not.
very much not. Podium was Palou, Lundgaard, and Ray Hall. What'd you say?
I had Palou and Lundgaard, but I had Kirkwood at the top spot, and I did not see Ray Hall coming out of left field.
Remember when I almost put Ray Hall on the podium, and then I was like,
oh, yeah.
That's funny.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. No, but I put O'Ward, Rasmussen, and Palou. I almost put O'Ward, Ray Hall, and Palou, and it's
a rough weekend for a couple of those drivers.
Yeah, Rasmussen did not have his best race. You also said Rasmussen on a road course in this economy, and I laughed, and I was like, watch me cook, and then you did, and it wasn't good. Winning number of pit stops was 3. What did you say?
I had 2.
I had 3. So
Incredible.
I got that one right, at least. Formula 1 was in Japan. Top 5 were Antonelli, Piastri, Leclerc, Russell, and Hamilton. What'd you say, Ben?
I whiffed on every single one this week. That's crazy. I had Leclerc, Russell, Antonelli, Hamilton, and Behrman with Lindblad as my surprise. And where was he? He was in a place where I don't even remember where he was.
I don't think he scored points. So
I think that, he was 14th. So
yeah.
I guess he was not a surprise for me.
I had Russell, Antonelli, Leclerc, Verstappen, and Hamilton with Gasly as my surprise.
Yeah.
I gave myself the point for Gasly only because he kept Verstappen behind him for like 3/4 of the race.
Yeah.
While Verstappen was hounding him.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's deserved. That was
think,
pretty good.
And he came in, what, 7th?
Yeah, especially considering the car he's in the history he's had for the past couple of years, just absolutely in the pits.
Yeah. So while he is in like a midfieldish car this year, as it seems, to come in 7th while defending Verstappen for like 30 laps is, I'd say, surprising.
I think that's deserved.
Yeah. Fastest lap went to Kimi Antonelli. What'd you say?
I had the wrong Mercedes driver. I had Russell.
I had Antonelli, so I got that one. Driver of the day went to Oscar Piastri. What did you say?
Oh, man. Poor Behrman.
hate to see that. Yeah. I had Verstappen. It was definitely not Verstappen.
Not his race.
All right. Moving into next week's predictions, or the next race's predictions, because it will be a while. Long Beach and IndyCar, pole position. What do you got, Ben?
I'm going to say Kirkwood for this one.
I have David Malukas because you beat me to the Kirkwood punch.
Yeah, well, Lucas has been fast, though.
He's been
even
really
on
good, yeah.
like street courses, he's been quick.
Yeah.
He might be the fastest Penske this year.
Yeah, I think so.
He's at least faster than Newgarden. McLaughlin keeps crashing, so I don't really know yet.
I don't know what's going on with McLaughlin, yeah. Hopefully he starts the Indy 500 this year. Podium. What do you got, Ben?
I'm going to say it's going to be Palou, Kirkwood, and then Malukas. So I think your pole position is pretty close, but I don't know if he'll seal the deal.
Yep, I've got Kirkwood, Palou, and Ericsson. Yeah, just because I didn't want to have the same podium as you.
It'd be too easy. Hey, Ericsson was kind of cooking at Arlington.
Yeah, Ericsson's been pretty solid on the street because he was also really good in St. Pete. So.
Yep, he's just got to get the pit stops, and I think he could be up there.
He's good at street circuits, and he's good at the Indy 500, and that's what Ericsson is. So, winning number of pit stops, what do you got?
I got 4, and I was going to say 3, but then I remembered that there's for street courses, the new rule this year that you have to run 2 sets of alternates during every race. So that adds in probably an extra pit stop. I know during Arlington, a lot of drivers took like 2 laps or a lap and then got rid of their first set of reds. Just go straight onto the hards or onto their actual strategy. So I'm going to say 4 for the throwaway pit stop.
I said 3, but you're probably right. So
we'll see.
We'll see. Miami, Formula One. Give me your top 5, Ben.
I'm going to say Russell, Antonelli, Hamilton, Piastri, and Leclerc, which, how close? Okay, that's not close. All these are kind of blending together for me. And I'm going to put Gasly as my surprise because maybe he'll surprise again.
He's
Who
a
knows?
surprising guy, yeah.
Maybe he won't be surprising by the time we hit midseason. Maybe we'll just be able to admit that he's kind of back.
Pierre Gasly, 2026 World Drivers' Champion confirmed.
Now that would be insane.
My top 5, I had Leclerc, Antonelli, Norris, Piastri, and Russell because I think Miami's a weird track, and I think Ferrari might have a shot here. My surprise for the week is Carlos Sainz in the Williams driver that is not Alex Albon. Boy, that guy is rubbing me the wrong way right now.
Wow.
I used to love Albon. I don't know what's going on, but you did it to yourself, man. Fastest lap, what do you got?
I'm going to say Russell for this one.
I've got Antonelli. Once again, we are going with the Mercedes boys.
It's hard to bet against them.
It really is. Driver of the day, what do you got?
I've got Gasly.
And I have Leclerc.
Nice.
So, all right, Ben, what do you got for us this week?
Oh man, we're already going long, so I'll try to go quick. But we'll put in some videos of my excursions. But I filled up my power steering reservoir in the Corvette. I thought I was going to replace the power steering assist rack altogether in a control valve, but then I was like, I could do $300 of parts and install over the course of a day, half a day, or I could just get $20 worth of power steering fluid and just fill it up and see what happens. Because the reservoir is bone dry. I had no idea if the pump even still worked, and the power steering's back. Nice. It still leaks, but it's back.
Still leaks.
It's quite light, especially when you turn the wheel left. For some reason, there's a lot less feedback than turning right.
Interesting.
Which is very scary. Yeah. It's quite floaty above 45 miles an hour, which is not really what you want in a rear-wheel drive C3 Corvette.
Bro really tried to get me to crawl into a steel death trap yesterday. Luckily,
it's fiberglass on the outside.
That's even better. I forgot that they did that in the 80s, and that was a thing.
They did that. They still do that.
They still do that? Is it still fiberglass?
Pretty sure. Or at least some kind of composite material.
Well, it's composite, yeah.
Yeah. It keeps them from rusting, which is actually pretty nice. Okay. But yeah, the power steering works now, which is pretty cool. I still haven't replaced the turn signal assembly yet. But I also replaced the fuel pump. That was a whole thing.
It usually is, yeah.
Dylan, a friend of mine, pointed out that when the car shut off after idling for 5 minutes in direct sun, that there was a little bit of vapor coming out of the carb jets when he took the air cleaner off. And I was like, oh, vapor. And then the little monkeys in my brain were like, vapor lock. And I was like, oh. and we figured out that it was just the cheap old fuel pump, electric fuel pump right along the frame rail, just overheating after a little bit. So replaced that. There's 26 gallons of fuel in my tank. I dumped 1 gallon on my arms in the pavement. It stings, by the way. 89 clear gas stings quite a lot.
Not great, yeah.
And the other 25 gallons went into gas cans, which, as you can see in the video, it's a lot of gas cans.
It's a lot of gas cans, yeah.
So that was fun. It took a lot longer than I wanted it to because it's all coming out of the little hard line from the fuel tank as the car is lifted up, just waiting for it to all just pee into the 5-gallon gas cans. And I was waiting outside getting bit by mosquitoes. And then I had to swap out a gas can really quick and dump fuel all over myself. But I did it. I replaced the fuel pump and it works, which is great. I was able to drive it to church. The speedometer reads 15 miles an hour too fast. RPM gauge moves, but I don't think it's accurate unless my car is at 3,000 RPM all the time. And I got a lot of bugs mad because I drove it with the windows down because I took the window regulator motors out. So the windows are going to be always down until I replace those. And the T-top's off because it feels kind of claustrophobic otherwise.
How are you liking having a project car, Ben?
It's actually really nice.
Yeah, I bet.
It's kind of stressful sometimes, and it's kind of expensive sometimes, and can't drive it a whole lot. But man, when you get to drive it, it's great. I got a thumbs up from a guy in an old Acura.
Nice.
So that was fun. An Integra, actually.
Nice. As it should be.
Yeah, so that was great. We came to a stoplight, and I wasn't going to race him, but he kind of pulled ahead of me, and then I dropped a gear and just put the hammer down, and the car actually went, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Faster than I expected.
That's what you want from a muscle car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just hooked up. So, yeah, pretty good. Actual good progress on the project car.
Good stuff.
I think I'm going to prep it for Lucky Dog. I think that's my goal for this car.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. 9-hour endurance race in the Pacific Series.
Can't wait for
hit
those
Sonoma, hit PIR.
Hey, man. If you need a second driver.
I'm going to need a lot of people to help, I think.
Actually, let me know. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That would be super fun.
Yeah. Need sponsors too, but we'll get to that
got
eventually.
one. Clearly.
There you go. Yeah. How much are you offering?
We'll talk about that. All right. Good project car update, Ben. We have one more little thing. Car spots of the week. What did you see, Ben?
I saw not a bright green Xterra. We determined it's not actually that bright of a green color.
Yeah.
But it was a really cool factory metallic green Xterra. It is really cool. I like the Xterras already because they're kind of like the cool alt version of the 4Runner.
Yeah.
That makes it much cooler than a 4Runner.
You want to drive a truck that's not a truck? Yeah.
Yeah.
Get yourself an Xterra.
Yeah, you don't want to have like the stigma of driving a 4Runner and going to the mall all the time.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was bright green was extra cool. I couldn't see if it was a manual, but if it was a manual bright green Xterra, that would have been potentially the coolest thing ever.
I learned how to drive stick on a manual Xterra.
They're so sick.
So sick.
I still look at them. They're kind of cheap.
They're
actually.
They're pretty cool. They'd be good, like, yeah.
Great little like hunting or just
yeah,
hooning around
light
in the wilderness.
off-roading.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go up some trails in the snow or something?
Yeah, pretty sweet. I saw a Triumph TR6 on the road,
which is very cool.
Very cool. I also saw, it was I was between 3 cars actually for my coolest car. The first one I saw a Mazda Cup car on a trailer driving back from work.
What? That's so cool.
Super cool. That was the 3rd coolest car that I saw this week.
Oh, wow.
Of all the things. The top 2, which I was really, it was hard to choose. I chose the Triumph TR6 because I don't think I've ever actually seen one in person before until now. The other one I saw might be the first one that I've ever seen not stainless steel gray and driving on the road.
Oh?
DMC DeLorean.
Oh, there was one driving around Eugene on Friday.
Yeah.
Was that when you saw it?
I was coming out of Junction.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a cool, like, bluish color.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess this one was silver, actually, now that you say it. So.
Yeah. So, but I saw the front of the car. I'm like, oh, man, what's that? That's shaped really weirdly. And
yeah.
then I saw it drive by. I'm like,
what a curious wedge shape that car is.
From the front, I was like, that's a really cool looking car. And then I drove by, and I'm like, that is
100% a DeLorean.
That is a DeLorean that I just said looked cool. Oh,
they do look cool. Remember
do.
when there were rumors that the DeLorean was going to come back?
Yeah. I'll believe that when John DeLorean gets out of jail.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's probably long past by now. But anyway, that will do it for this episode of RevHang. We're going to wrap it up an hour and 5 minutes in. Thank you so much for watching and or listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed it, leave a like or rating on the platform you listen on. It really helps us out. Subscribe or follow if you'd like to see more. If you want to see updated standings for IndyCar or F1 or a calendar of upcoming racing from those series, check out our website, revhang.com, even though it's not up yet. Check out motorsport.com. Someday I'll get the website.
You can check out our website for the traffic.
Yes, do it for the traffic.
Yeah, boost the SEO or whatever it's called.
I may update the homepage and just like kind of remove other functionality until we get this sorted.
It's just pictures of like us, my dogs, project cars.
That's right.
Things that we like.
Yeah. We might have to overhaul the website soon.
Saw a cool tree on the side of the road.
That's right. Cool tree spots. If you have a
this
question,
would be a great tree to take a picture of your car in front of.
That's right. If you have any questions about racing or about us or cars in general, Ben's going to be a lot better at answering those than me, and he's a lot more active in the comments than I am. So
yes.
Hit us up in the comments or DMs, and we may feature your question on the next show. You can follow Ben on Instagram at BenjiMeetsWorld and or myself at 2n_squared. You can follow the RevHang page on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, even TikTok at RevHang Media. We'll be back in like probably a month-ish to talk about cars, Formula One, IndyCar, and whatever else we decide to rant about. But until then, I've been Nathan.
Prepare yourself. That's going to be a long episode. But yeah, I'm Ben.
Thanks for hanging out.
See ya.